Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's just Price here. Well, not technically, it's Price, but also it's Allison! Say hi, baby. Say hi. Aww, that was pretty close. That was pretty close to a hi. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, I have been replaying a game from a series I absolutely love, and that is none other than Fable Anniversary. Now, to be fair, I say replaying, but I never played that much of Fable Anniversary to begin with. I got started with Fable 2. That was the one that I just ended up with first. My cousin had played through that game, and I actually got started playing most Xbox 360 games later than a lot of you probably did. You see, I only had a Nintendo 64 for most of my childhood, and I bought an Xbox 360 used when everyone else was upgrading to Xbox One and PS4. At that point, my cousin gave me some of his favorite RPGs, which included Oblivion. It had Fable 2 in there, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 3. New Vegas I hardly played at the time. I'm kind of ashamed of that. But I played a crap ton of Fallout 3 and a crap ton of Fable 2. Those were like two of my favorite games on Xbox 360. I tried to go back and play Fable Anniversary just a little bit after that. I had upgraded to an Xbox One like a year or two later, and it was on Game Pass. I was like, let me try this out. And I was not a fan at all. I just tried it, and I was like, man, this is clunky. It's not as good as Fable 2. The systems for like gestures is bad. I'm just not into this, and so I went on to other games. That was a big mistake because I didn't realize just how fun this game is. Fable Anniversary, although a dated game, absolutely is a lot of fun. The combat system, it's a little bit laggy, but that's perfectly fine. A game doesn't have to be absolutely buttery smooth, perfect. It just has to be fun and entertaining, and Fable Anniversary has that. First off, you start off, pretty weak, but you get stronger and stronger as you progress, as what typically happens in an RPG, and it absolutely makes it feel worthwhile. I will say you're not ever really locked into any choices that you've made. You can always get another weapon. All the weapons do sort of feel the same. I wish there was more difference in how the weapons played, but that's okay. None of that stuff matters too much. That's just like something that you see out of more modern games. The main thing that Fable Anniversary has going for it is the tone of the Fable games. These games have a quirky nature and a silly way of telling stories, and just absolutely ludicrous things happen all the time. You end up on a bunch of quests that are just ridiculous. I had someone send me to go get my hair cut and change my mustache and do all this various stuff just to find out that his daughter he was trying to set me up with never existed to begin with. He was just making fun of me.
Nice selection of face fungus you have there. But to be honest, I don't give two hoots what you look like. And neither does my daughter. She doesn't even exist. I just like making heroes like you look stupid. Have you seen yourself? You look ridiculous. But you've made me happy, so here's a little reward. Now go and have a shave.
Stuff like this is just comedic gold. It absolutely is a joyride from start to finish. One thing I do not like about the game, however, is Whisper. Oh my god, this character is so frustrating. I don't even want to really have her that much in the video, just because she annoys me to no end. Her brother Thunder is supposed to be frustrating. I don't know if she's supposed to be as frustrating as she is, but I can't stand either one of them. I was doing the good type of playthrough. I always do that for a RPG the first time I play it, just because that's what feels right to me. But when you have the chance to kill her in the Coliseum, let me just say, I absolutely wanted to kill this bitch in that Coliseum. Oh my gosh, she's frustrating. I didn't let her live. Killing her might have been a little bit too out of line for me, so I let her live. I let her live. I shouldn't have. She was terrible. But I did go eventually beat her brother, so that does make you feel good too. You get to beat both of those siblings up. I'm not trying to spoil anything crazy for the end of the story, but I will say that the story has some unexpected turns. It's nothing that blows your socks off, but definitely some stuff that from the beginning it didn't look set up the way that ended up happening, and so it did have some moments that really caught me off guard. I was pretty happy with that. On top of that, I will say that plenty of the areas look very different. The areas you start in, just regular wooded, fairy tale-like areas. You end up in this big swamp. That's pretty cool. You've got the area where you hunt down the Wolverines. Really, just so many different looking areas, cool designs. I will say that something you can feel is absolutely dated. The rent system is atrocious. I almost definitely recommend that you do not buy houses and rent them. It's stupid. Instead, maybe just buy the homes, where marry a woman in that town, and then have wives everywhere you go. That'd be pretty funny. I don't really think that they ever show up at the other towns and care. To be honest, I didn't do this. I would just rather do that at this point than do the rent system, because the way you have to collect the rent is run all the way back and pick up bags at the front of the doors. I mean, that's kind of goofy. Again, some of this stuff is dated. It is an old game. It's the first of a series. It came out on the original Xbox, not the 360, where the anniversary version ended up posting at. Still, though, it's so much fun. I'll also say this, a lot of the places are just really beautiful to look at. Graphically, some of it obviously isn't pretty. It's an old game, it looks like an old game, but a lot of the art and stuff is really cool, especially when you get into the cutscenes. I love the cutscenes for this game. It progresses the story quite nicely, and a lot of times they'll introduce a lot of dark things through the cutscenes, like when it goes over you being tortured. I won't spoil that too much. I'll let you guys sort of see what happens there for yourselves. But the game actually has a lot of darkness beyond these cutscenes too. Generally you can choose to be a very good person or a very bad person. You're kind of building your choices as you go. But that's sort of the route you end up choosing. Are you going to be a hero, or are you really going to be an evildoer? Doing that while making it funny the whole time. And to me, that is just a great balance for this game. So here's my verdict. If you're looking for a fun, just old Xbox game to play, you've got Game Pass, or you're just looking to buy something fairly cheap. I mean, this game isn't expensive. Pick up Fable Anniversary. It's a great game. It's old, it's dated, but it's just a lot of fun. It's absolutely worth playing. And with Fable remake coming out supposedly in 2026, it's just going to be a good time for you to go ahead and just introduce yourself to the series, or reintroduce yourself if you haven't played for a long time or missed this one like I did. After playing this one, I know that I want to go back and play Fable 2, and then I haven't ever beat Fable 3. Well, that's technically not true. I played the first mission with my cousin, and I played the last mission with my cousin. That's all of that game I've seen, so I guess I have finished the game, but I had no idea what in the hell was going on whatsoever. I mean, I know nothing about this game, essentially. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.